I felt like I had to make a video about my experience uh, going to a Christian church, give my progress report to you guys, I guess, because you guys get me. I mean, the people at the church don't really get me, but I think you guys get me, so that's why I talk to you guys. But first off, the microphone was really loud. Just the whole time, it's just like, the microphone. Uh, just the guy's voice, in the microphone. I'm just like, man. But I guess it's just something that is just natural to me to be sensitive to sound, um, like that. Um, but I I toughed it out, learned about the rapture and Judgment Day and the millennium and uh, the devil having a last go after the millennium. Uh, Pretty much everything I've learned in the cult that I was in, because the cult takes um, knowledge from other religions. The cult takes the, I guess, truth from other religions. Um, so in the cult I was in, there was similar things like the millennium was I was taught in the cult, um, that type of thing. So they have the same teachings, just like, but the cult kind of adds a lot to those main Christian teachings. So I know all the Christian teachings. I know a lot of it. Um, I just wish it would have happened by now. Mainly, I wish the second coming had already happened. That was a big letdown. That the second coming didn't happen in the year 2000. What are we at now? The year 2023. No second coming. So that's the letdown. That's been a letdown my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but a lot of it, because I was hoping to, um, because uh, I never really fit in this world, so I was just hoping for something different, something, I don't know, something better, better world, I guess. I don't know, but um, but yeah, like, um, I almost like I was raising my hand when he's like, "Does anybody have any questions?" I was raising my hand, but there were so many questions that it never got to me. But I was gonna ask him, "How do you get chosen for the rapture? How do you become one of the chosen ones for the rapture? To get get out of here. The rapture. Jesus gets us out of here. How do you get chosen for that? How do you know if you've been chosen? Just kind of being a smart ass, I guess. But that's what I that was my question that I was gonna ask him, but never got around to me for probably obvious reasons. Um, but yeah, like it's not really my scene. I'm not really, but I do feel like I was guided there to be there for a reason. Like I do think that there was a purpose for it. Um, what that real purpose is, I maybe not know the full uh bigger picture of it yet, you know. So I don't know. Um, I might go to Sunday service. I don't know. My friend that was there that invited me, she was saying that there was no sacrament. I know what you're thinking. Adam, you did this for the girl. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I definitely have more interest in women than religion. I will say that much. Always have, you know. I was always like, let's just get this religion crap out of the way and just, uh, I don't know. I always thought it was in the way, religion, of, I don't know. Never mind. But, anyways. So, yeah, I might check out Sunday service. Tonight wasn't a Sunday service. It was just a Bible study type of thing about the rapture, you know. I'm not sure how the rapture would really work, you know. Does 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 Jesus kind of just take your body off the earth or something while you're alive? How does that work, you know? I don't know. But but I've never been a big fan of everybody sit and listen for a long period of time, for hours, while one guy talks at you through a microphone. I've never been a fan of that setup of we just sit here and listen while one guy just talks at us, you know. But this may sound weird, but I felt like I had more knowledge naturally in me somewhere than they even could comprehend, possibly. You know, I don't know where this knowledge came from, or is this something my spirit knows or something? But when he was talking, I'm like, okay, that's accurate. Okay, that doesn't sound right. You know, I was like critiquing it, you know, while he was talking about it. You know, isn't that weird? It's like I know the truth of some things naturally, you know, or it's in me somewhere, or I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a rapture or whatever. I mean, it still doesn't really click, you know. But I don't know. Maybe there will be. I don't know. Is it a bunch of end of the world stuff putting fear in you? Maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I did it mainly not for the religion reason, but I don't know. It's a little funny, I think, but God knows how to get me into a church, you know. Just put an attractive woman in front of me. Invite me in. That's all. That's God knows how to do it. Nothing else would get me in a church, that's for sure. Not a thing else. oh, and let's do it this way to get them into church. But I don't know. Um, she said it has a pretty good men's program, and and I admit I never had a real male role model in my life. I've never had a male role model. That's why I'm kind of immature and still kind of a kid in a man's body a lot, mainly. Um, but I know some star seeds are still a lot of star seeds or INFJs. Uh, we stay kid-like, I think, for maybe that's what I've learned from seeing other star seeds. They're really adult children. You know what I mean? Children, they're real children-like in adult bodies. That's what I've seen from other star seeds, but that I've come across. But anyways, um, but yeah, um, what else? Yeah, I never thought I'd be in a go. I never thought I'd go to a church again. A service again in my life. I never thought I would. Um, but all this time outside of churches, I've believed in the universe or something. Like a higher force or power or of some kind. Because I had to figure out some kind of beliefs to keep me going. Out here. You know, outside of all that. You gotta find something, in my opinion, to believe in of some kind. Even though my beliefs aren't the strongest in the universe, I believe in it somewhat. You know, um, and maybe the universe is God in disguise. Maybe, but 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 yeah, pretty much I knew all those teachings from being in the occult religion already. Um, Already programmed in me the millennium and all that, Judgment Day, and um, Satan's final run before God finally eliminates Satan. Because Satan does get eliminated eventually. That's why I kind of just laugh in my mind. You know, don't matter how much hell I go through, you're the ones being eliminated totally. You know, not me. Maybe I will be. I don't know. There was a time when I wish I didn't exist at all. There was a time for that. I was like that for sure. But um, but the one thing I've learned is that no matter where you go on this planet, there's nowhere to hide. So why bother to hide? You know what I mean? Um, Even when you go no contact, you're still not hiding totally. You still have to live in the new location. You know what I mean? Build yourself up in the new location. You're not. It's not like you're hiding and you never leave. You know what I mean? You can't do that. Um, it's impossible in this world. So, anyways, back to the topic. Um, I kind of felt like a fish out of water. I admit that, sitting in that church, kind of like Um, I don't know if I want to say an alien among humans or something. I don't know. I hate to say that about myself. But, um, someone that's been posting on my channel calls the INFJ man a swan among men. And that keeps on going in my mind for some reason. You know, and maybe that's helping me not be hard on myself for not being like the men on the planet. Like even the preacher was talking about how he loves to hunt and all that stuff, and how when the millennium comes he won't be allowed to hunt animals anymore or something. He's so uh butthurt about that. Oh no, you can't you're gonna have peace with animals now. Wow, that's so hard. It's like the easiest thing in the world to be peaceful with animal. That's just me though. Um, but anyways, but yeah, maybe I will become more manly if I hang around, you know, manly men in Christian churches. I don't know, Christianity. Maybe I will become more manly. I don't know. Who knows? Um, but I never thought of Jesus as this guy that goes out and shoots animals and stuff. I never thought, but he's a man, manly man. So there you go. Um, that's another thing I noticed. I don't see Jesus like other people do. um, and I don't know why. Like I know how they teach him in churches. I know how they teach Jesus in churches, but I've always saw him a little different than that. Um, a little better than that. I don't know, maybe not better, but just um, more loving than the harsh judgment, send you to hellfire type guy. Um, I've never really seen Jesus as this putting fear in you type of a person. That doesn't seem like his style to put fear in you, at all, you know, or I don't know. Does that make sense? But that's basically my experience in a nutshell of tonight. Um, I did. This is true. I did feel like I was having like flashbacks of growing up, and I was a kid sitting in church again, bored out of his mind. That literally happened. It was just like in my mind, I'm like, well, church is still boring. Church is still boring as hell. That went through my mind. Uh, just like the same way I was when I was a kid. Just like fuck this. This is torture. This is boring. Can't wait till I get home and play video games, or something. Just like that kind of thing was always going through my mind growing up. I remember that. Can't wait to get out of here and play some video games out my room. Uh, but but it was interesting. It was learning experience. I've never sat through an actual Christian service. Well, I kind of did once, but I wasn't really in the building totally. I was just kind of listening from a distance. But this was the first time I was actually sitting in a church building and listening. Um, could I open their mind and teach them a little more than the average Joe about Jesus? Maybe one day. I swear I feel like I know Jesus better than they do. Mainly because uh, how low I was when God started to help me or Jesus started to help me. I feel like I understand his way, his style, or I don't know, his way of helping, uh, at least for me. Uh, yeah, it's been well, I've kind of wanted it this way. I've wanted it to be a slow, gentle road for the most part. I didn't, I don't know. I had enough of the chaos, really. I've had enough of that trauma, you know, gossip environment. I had enough of that shit, you know, in my upbringing. But anyways, that was my experience, and felt like it went okay. Um, so I guess that's all I will say for now. But thanks for listening. I will talk to you later.